Hey kids, welcome to section 7.2, adding and subtracting rational expressions. Today we're going to learn how to determine the LCM of polynomials so that we can then add and subtract rational expressions. So, as with regular fractions, rational expressions need common denominators in order to be added or subtracted. To do this, we can find the lowest common multiple, which will then in turn become the lowest common denominator. And we can do that for two or more different polynomials that we're going to then um, add and subtract. And so I included here a reminder about adding and subtracting, that you need a least common denominator, that sometimes it can be tricky, so you have to just look at the denominators. That'll help you find the common one. And then if it's addition, it's plus on top. If it's subtraction, it's minus. So remember, just for regular fractions, if I were to do 2/3 plus 4/5, I would figure out what number 3 and 5 can go into. That would be like 15. And then I would say to myself, ooh, okay, I got the 2 there. Let's see, I did 3 times 5 to get 15. So 2 times 5 is going to give me 10. And then I say to myself, ooh, I got the 4 there. So what do I multiply 5 by to get 15? That's a 3. Oh, so I got to multiply 4 times 3. That gives me 12. So then I can add them together and I get 22/15. So we're going to do the same thing, but we're going to do it with letters in addition to the numbers. So common denominators. So in letter A, 6 over 7y minus 2c over 7y. I want to find a common denominator. So I got to think of what is a common denominator between 7y and 3y. Well, I have to have a y, so that's part of it. And then what's a number that 7 and 3 can go into evenly? That's 21y. So that becomes my common denominator. So I'm going to put the 6 there, and then I ask myself, what do I multiply 7y by to get 21y? Well, I need a 3. And then I'm going to put the 2c there, and I'm going to ask myself, okay, I got the y there, but I need 3 times 7 to get 21, so I need to multiply the top by 7. This will give me 18 minus 14c over 21y. Now, if you notice, the top has a 2 in common, so I can factor a 2 out. That leaves me with 9 minus 7c. And on the bottom, I have 21y. Well, taking that 2 out really didn't help me simplify with the 21, but we did it, so we'll box it. All right, if we look at letter B, let's try to figure out what our common denominator is going to be. Let's see, I have a 3 and I have a 2. So between 3 and 2, my common denominator would be 6. I have an a squared and an a, so take the highest exponent. I have a squared. I have a b and a b cubed. Highest exponent's b cubed. And then I have a c cubed and nothing, so c cubed. So let's write that on the second one. So I have the 2 there, so let's put that. All right, so my 3 needs to multiply by a 2 to get 6, so I'm going to put a 2. A squared needs to get a squared. All right, already got that. B has to get b cubed, so that means I need a b squared. And c cubed has to become c cubed, so I'm good. Top of the other fraction, I got a 3 there. So now I ask myself, I got to multiply 2 by 3 to get 6, so I put a 3 there. I need a to be a squared, so I need another a. I need b cubed to be b cubed, so I'm good. And then I need to also include a c cubed. So let's see, that gives me 4b squared minus 9ac cubed. And on the bottom, I have 6a squared b cubed c cubed. The c cubes cannot simplify away because they're attached with subtraction in the numerator. All right, if we look at letter C, let's set up our fractions. Common denominator, let's see, between 2 and 5, that's a 10. And I need a single x, so 10x. So I have the 3y. And let's see, I need to multiply 2 by 5 to get 10. So I'm going to put a 5 there, and I've already got the x, so I'm good there. Then I'm going to put it to z. Let's see, I got to multiply 5 by 2 to get 10, and I already have the x. That's going to give me 15y plus 4z over 10x. Nothing is in common, no GCF, nothing to factor out. I'm done. All right, last one. If we look at letter D, let's see, number-wise, I need a 4. And then let's go alphabetically. So I have D and D cubed. Higher one is D cubed. Then I have G and H squared. So that becomes our common denominator. All right, so let's put the negative G. Let's see, I had no number before, so I need a 4. I had AD, but I need D cubed, so I need to add D squared. I didn't have a G at all, so I need to put a G. And I have the H squared, so I'm good. Top of the other fraction, I put my 3. And then let's see, I already have the 4, so I'm good there. It looks like D cubed I already have. G I already have. But it looks like I need to include an H squared. So that's going to give me negative 4 D squared G squared plus 3H squared all over 4D cubed GH squared. Whew, that's ugly. Remember, I cannot simplify the H squareds because they are attached with an addition symbol in the numerator. All right, so that is when you just have monomials. Let's see what happens when you have polynomials. So I'm going to simplify. Now, before I do anything, I need to factor. Always, always, always factor. So if I factor on the left, two numbers that add to give me negative 1 multiply to give me negative 6 is negative 3 and positive 2. Then if I look at the bottom right, I can take a GCF of 5 out and I'm left with x plus 2. So when I do my fraction, I have to have an x minus 3, so I put that there. I have to have an x plus 2, so I put that there. I have to have a 5, so I'm going to put that in front. And I have to have an x plus 2, but I already have an x plus 2, so I'm good to go. All right, so in the first fraction, I have an x minus 1, so I'm going to write that. And then I'm going to match up. All right, I got the x plus 2s, I got the x minus 3s, but I'm missing a 5, so I'm going to multiply by 5. Minus. Then I have a 4, and then I match it up again. I have the x plus 2s, I have the 5s, but I need an x minus 3. So that's what your first step looks like. Now I'm going to distribute. So x minus 1 times 5, that's 5x minus 5. Then I have minus 4x, and then I have plus 12. And that's all over 5 times x minus 3 times x plus 2. Okay, now I need to find combined like terms. So in the numerator, 5x minus 4x is x. Negative 5 plus 12 is 7. And I can't do anything on the bottom. Don't multiply it out because you might have to factor it out in order to see if anything simplifies. So there's my answer. All right, if we look at letter B, let's see. I can factor the bottom left. First things in the parentheses multiply to give you the first thing, so 4x and 1x. Last things in the parentheses multiply to give you 5, so I'm going to guess that the 5 goes on the right and the 1 goes on the left. They multiply and add to get positive, so they're both positive. I can check that to make sure that I have it right by double distributing. Then I look at 12x plus 3. I can factor a 3 out, and that leaves me with 4x plus 1. So when I start my big fraction, I need a 4x plus 1. I need an x plus 5. I need a 3. I'm going to put that in front. And I need a 4x plus 1, but I already got it. So let's go to the top. I have an x minus 8. Let's see what else I need. All right, I got the x plus 5s. I got the 4x plus 1s. I need a 3. So I'm going to multiply by 3. Plus, there's a 6 there, so I'm going to put it. I have the x plus 1, or 4x plus 1s. I have the 3s. I need an x plus 5. So I'm going to put x plus 5. Then I'm going to distribute. So I get 3x minus 24 plus 6x plus 30 divided by 3 times 4x plus 1x plus 5. Let's combine like terms. So in the numerator, I have 9x plus 6. And on the bottom, I have 3 times 4x plus 1x plus 5. Well, you'd think we'd be done, but we're not, because in the numerator, I can factor a 3 out, and I'm left with 3x plus 2. On the bottom, I have 3 times 4x plus 1x plus 5. Almost there. I got a 3 on the top and a 3 on the bottom. Those can simplify. And so I'm left with 3x plus 2 on the top and 4x plus 1x plus 5 on the bottom. And there's my answer. All right, if we look at letter C, we got in the denominator, I can factor a 3 out, and I have an x minus 5 left over. And then in the bottom right, I can factor a 6 out, and that's 5 minus x. Ooh, so look, I have a 5 minus x and an x minus 5. Well, I can change those up and put a negative in front of the 6 and make it be x minus 5. Now I can find my common denominator. So I need now, one thing you can do with this negative and this subtraction is those together can become a plus sign. So there's going to be a plus in the top in between the two expressions. All right, so in the denominator, I have a 3 and a 6, so GCF is 6, and I need an x minus 5. So I got 3 and the 6 taken care of. I got an x minus 5, and I need an x minus 5. I'm good. All right, top left, I have an x plus 10. If I compare it, I got the x minus 5, but I only have a 3 and I need a 6, so that means I got to multiply by 2. Then I have a 3x plus 15, and let's compare. Ooh, I have everything I need, so I don't have to do anything else. Now distribute. That gives me 2x plus 20 plus 3x plus 15. And on the bottom, 6 times x minus 5. All right, let's combine like terms. Scroll up a little bit. This will give me 5x plus 35 over 6 times x minus 5. Well, there's a 5 in common in the numerator, so I could take a 5 out. That leaves me with x plus 7. On the bottom, I got 6 times x minus 5. Can't really do anything else, so there's my answer. If we look at letter D, bottom left, I could take a 6 out. That leaves me with x minus 3. Bottom right, there's a 4 in common. No, actually, there's a 2 in common. So I'm left with 2x squared minus 7x plus 3. And let's see, I can factor that some more. So we can do 2x and 1x. Let's see, I need to make the back ends be multiplied to get 3. But when I collect like terms, I need 7. So that means I got to have the 3 multiplied with the 2. And the other one's going to be a 1. They're both going to be negative. So now we can start our fraction. Number-wise, I got a 6 and a 2. So GCF would be 6. I need an x minus 3. And then if we go to the next fraction, I need a 2x minus 1. And I already have the x minus 3. And the 2 is taken care of in the 6. All right, so I got a 5 in the top left. Let's see, the 6 is there, the x minus 3 is there, but I need a 2x minus 1. Then there's a minus and an x minus 1. Let's see, I got the 2x minus 1, I got the x minus 3, but my 2 needs to become a 6, so I got to multiply by 3. All right, so that gives me 10x minus 5 minus 3x plus 3. Make sure you watch that subtraction that you distribute. Then on the bottom we have 6 and x minus 3, 2x minus 1. All right, let's combine like terms. We got 7x minus 2 over 6 times x minus 3, 2x minus 1. And it looks like that's all we can do. All right. Now we've got complex fractions. Now, there's an easy way and a hard way to do complex fractions. The easy way is to get rid of all the denominators in the first step. Then I don't have any denominators that I have to deal with. They're gone. I can move on with my life. The harder way is to pretend like the top is a problem, find a common denominator, add them. Then pretend like the bottom's a problem, find a common denominator, subtract them, and then multiply by the reciprocal because it's a big old division problem. But I think that that's doing too much. So what I want to do is multiply top and bottom by a common denominator for all 4 denominators. Now, one thing you got to notice is that x squared minus 9 is x plus 3 and x minus 3. So my common denominator is going to be x plus 3 and x minus 3. And whatever I do the top, I have to do the bottom. Now, what I'm going to do is take the top half, and I'm going to multiply it by the top half over here. So if I multiply 2 over x minus 3 by x plus 3x minus 3, the 2 is going to be there, but the x minus 3's are going to cancel, and I'm left with an x plus 3. Then I have a plus 3x, and x squared minus 9 is going to take away all of x plus 3x minus 3, so I'm only left with a 3x. So I don't have to put anything else after it. Then on the bottom, the first thing I have is a 3 on top. Now this x plus 3 is going to cancel with this x plus 3, and I have an x minus 3 left over. Then this x squared minus 9 is going to cancel that x squared minus 9, so I just have a minus 4x. All right, so this is going to give us 2x plus 6 plus 3x. And on the bottom, 3x minus 9 minus 4x. All right, collect like terms. On the top, I have 5x plus 6. On the bottom, I got negative x minus 9. Look at that. Common denominator. When I multiply by a common denominator of all 4 denominators, that's going to allow me to get rid of the fractions right away. And I don't have any more fractions within the fractions. All right, let's do the same thing for b. I have x plus 5, x minus 6, x minus 6, x plus 5. So it looks like I'm going with x plus 5, x minus 6. All right, so let's see what we got. So in the numerator, I have a 4. Now the x plus 5s are going to cancel, and so I'm left with x minus 6. Then there's a plus, then there's a 9. The x minus 6's will go away, and I have an x plus 5 left over. On the bottom, I have a 5. And the x minus 6's will go away, and I'm left with x plus 5. A minus and an 8. And then the x plus 5's will go away, and I have an x minus 6. All right, let's distribute. 4x minus 24 plus 9x plus 45. And then on the bottom, I have 5x plus 25 minus 8x plus 48. All right, if we collect like terms, we got 13x. Then we got 45 minus 24 is 21. And then on the bottom, we have negative 3x, and we have 73. So 13x plus 21 over negative 3x plus 73. And always do a little double check to make sure that there's nothing you can factor out, and then therefore simplify. All right, we got two more of these. Ooh, these look a little bit easier. They can't all be hard. All right, when we multiply top and bottom here, notice that these plain old regular numbers have ones underneath. So technically, I'm looking at B, 1, 1, and A. So it looks like my common denominator is going to be A times B. So let's get my fraction going. I have an A, and my B's will cancel, and I'm left with an A plus 1 times, well, I don't have anything. Nothing's going to cancel. I'm left with AB. On the bottom, I have 1 times AB, so that's AB minus B, and then the A's will go away, and I have a leftover B. So this will give me A squared plus AB over AB minus B squared. Now remember, I cannot cancel the AB's. That would be nice. But since they're attached by adding and subtracting, I can't do anything. Okay, then finally letter B. Common denominator. Let's see, I got X, Y, and X. So XY is going to be my common denominator. All right, so I got the 2 there. The X's will simplify, and I'm left with a Y. Minus, and 1 times this is just that, XY. On the bottom, I have a 1. The Y's are going to cancel, and I need an X minus 3. And the X's will cancel, and I have a Y. All right, so that's 2Y minus XY over X minus 3Y. Now I do have a GCF in the numerator of Y. So that's going to take a Y out, and I'm left with 2 minus X. On the bottom, I can't do anything, X minus 3Y. Now, taking that Y out did nothing to help me simplify, but I wouldn't know it unless I actually did it. All right, kids, that's the end of section 7.2. If you have any questions, please let me know. And as always, keep calm and keep trucking.